It begins quietly, not with thunder, not with fire, not with a sound that shakes the world, but with something far simpler. The soft scratch of a pen. You don't see it at first. You don't even notice. But while you sit in silence, while you hesitate, while you whisper later to yourself, somewhere, a page is being written. And here is the truth most people never realize. Your life is not just lived, it is recorded. Every choice, every delay, every wasted moment. A record is being made. And the cruelest part? You are not always the one holding the pen. Picture this. A vast, endless library. The shelves stretch so high they vanish into the darkness above. The aisles go on forever, like a maze with no end. And in the center of it all, resting on a pedestal of stone, is a book. Not just any book. Your book. It is massive, heavy, alive. Its cover is worn. Its pages glowing faintly like fading embers. The closer you step, the louder you hear it, the scratching sound of words appearing on the paper. But the pen is not in your hand. It moves by itself. Line after line, sentence after sentence, the pages fill. Not with victories, not with courage, but with silence, with hesitation, with excuses, with wasted days. You watch as words carve themselves into the page. He wanted to begin, but waited. She dreamed, but delayed. He stood before the door, but never opened it. Every hesitation, every tomorrow, every wasted chance, it all writes itself. Think about it. How many times have you said those words, "I'll start tomorrow. I'll change later. I'll do it one day." And in that moment, the book smiled. It didn't need your ink. It didn't need your hand, because your silence was enough. Your hesitation was ink. And the pages filled themselves. Tick, a moment gone. Tuck, a chance devoured. Another line written. Another day lost. You think you are safe because no one sees it. Because no one reads it. Because no one knows the story being written in secret. But here is the truth. One day you will hold that book. One day it will be placed in your hands. And the story written will not lie. No excuses, no rewrites, no hiding. The book remembers what you tried to forget. Imagine standing before it again. The library is silent. The book is open. The pages turn slowly. And there it is, your life. Written in your own hesitation. The hours wasted staring at screens. The mornings you swore you'd rise but stayed asleep. The days you whispered later until the weeks turned into months. Line after line. Page after page. Not of what you wanted, but of what you allowed. And as you stare, the book grows heavier in your hands. Because this weight is not paper. This weight is regret. Now ask yourself, what will your book say? Will it be a story of courage, of struggle, of scars and victories? Or will it be a story of stillness? A story of doors you never opened, roads you never walked, dreams you never chased? Because here's the secret. The book does not wait. It does not pause until you are ready. It does not stop because you are tired. It writes, always, relentlessly. And the less you act, the more it writes for you. But listen carefully. This is where the story changes. Because the book does not only write silence, it does not only record hesitation, it can also record courage. Every time you rise when it hurts, the ink changes. Every time you act when fear whispers don't, the sentences shift. Every time you refuse to delay, the words blaze with light. And suddenly the book no longer writes itself. Suddenly the pen is in your hand. Because action is the ink that rewrites destiny. Think of the moments when you fought the urge to give up. When you stood in the cold morning, tired, weak, but still moved. When you looked at the clock, realized hours were gone. But instead of surrendering, you began anyway. When you chose discipline over comfort, even when no one was watching. Those are the moments when the book trembled. When the ink of hesitation was burned away. When a new story began to carve itself into the page. Not a story of stillness, but a story of motion. The library of your life has many books. One is the book of wasted chances. Another is the book of victories. Another is the book of discipline, sacrifice, growth. Every moment you live, you choose which book is written. But here's the part that chills the soul. The book does not erase. It remembers. The wasted hours remain. The delays remain. But so too does the courage. So too do the victories. And one day when the book is handed back to you, the question will not be, was it perfect? The question will be, did you fight? Did you try? Did you act when the whisper told you not to? Because hesitation does not erase courage and failure does not erase effort. The only thing that erases is silence. Now picture this. You are standing before a door. Behind it, an opportunity. a dream, a chance to grow. The whisper comes, "Not yet, not ready tomorrow." And in that instant the pen moves. Another line writes itself. But if you act, if you step forward, the ink changes. The hesitation shatters. The book no longer writes for you. You write for it. And that is the greatest power you have been given. So many live as if the pages are infinite, as if the book will never end. But one day the pages will run out. One day the final line will be written, and the book will close. And when it does, the only question left is this: what story did you write? Will it be the story of someone who waited, who hesitated, who let the ink of silence fill every page? Or will it be the story of someone who stood, who fought, who bled, who acted despite the whispers? The book that writes itself is not your enemy. It is your mirror. It shows you what you have allowed. It shows you what you have fed. It shows you the cost of hesitation and the reward of courage. It cannot lie. It cannot flatter. It cannot excuse. It only reveals. And now you know. Every moment you live, the pen is moving. Every hesitation is a line. Every delay is a sentence. Every wasted day is a paragraph. But every act of courage is also a line. Every step of discipline is a page. Every victory is a chapter. The book is alive, and the pen is waiting. The question is not, will the book write? The question is, who will hold the pen? So move, act, rise, even when it hurts, even when fear whispers louder than your heartbeat, even when the shadow of delay drags at your feet. Because the book will not stop, but you can choose what it says. You can choose whether it tells the story of wasted time, or the story of a soul that refused to be chained. And when the final page turns, when the book closes for the last time, you will not tremble in regret. You will stand tall, because the book will not be filled with silence. It will be filled with life, your life, written by you,